Over the holiday weekend, an elderly Milford man lost his life shot by a 42-year-old tenant. Now, friends and family knew Clarence Short by the name Pete, a kind person and preacher in Milford. WBOC's Evan Koslov joins us in the Newsplex tonight. And Evan, he was a well-known person in Milford and throughout Delmarva.
Yeah, Paul, the man dedicated himself to teaching others about God. And people say this just makes it even more shocking that he was shot and killed Sunday afternoon. Now, as they prepare for his funeral, WBOC took a trip to the church he helped found and spoke with the current preacher about the man who was taken far too early. The electronic piano played at the Milford Church of Christ Tuesday as the house of God opened for yet another day. But on this morning, it was without one of its most important members.
Never in anyone's lifetime would they thought that anything would happen to Pete.
Pete, as he was known, real name Clarence Short, was shot and killed Sunday after a dispute with a 42-year-old tenant named Alonzo Johnson. Now, preacher Dan Nichols tries to help the congregation move forward.
Everybody who I've talked to or shared calling people to different churches, they were just, I need to hang up and I'll call you back. It just couldn't swallow it.
It was Short who saw the need for a church in Milford more than 20 years ago, and so he led the charge for the creation of this church and became its first preacher. God, community, and country, the three things that mattered most to the man who has now lost his life. The congregation said that the person they called Pete was always there preaching, whether it was here, Seaford, or in Dover.
He was just a man who would give of himself at any time for almost anyone, and just a passion. Just had a passion that just exuded to anyone and everyone.
Short retired from working full-time in Milford, but that wasn't the end of his preaching. Until the day that he died, he led Sunday services here at the Seaford Christian Church. In fact, just hours before his death Sunday morning, he was on a platform doing what he did best, speaking the word of God. Now, Short was also a devoted husband and father. I spoke with his son-in-law off camera. He tells me that the family is heartbroken, but that they can rest easy knowing the legacy that Short left behind.